Well, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the State of the College. It's one of my favorite things. I want to, before I get started, find a big thank you to a huge number of people who, when I said I was going to do this, started sending slides. The consequence of that is some of these slides are going to go pretty quick because they all were wonderful. But we are going to put them up on the web, and the team is videotaping it too. Having a January birthday, I've always been fascinated by the god Janus. Janus was the god of beginnings and transitions in Roman mythology and presided over passages, doors, gates, beginnings, and endings. He was also the god of transitional periods, such as from war to peace. He was usually depicted as having two faces, looking in opposite ways, one towards the past and the other towards the future. This is a great time to tap my Janus heritage and talk about what we've accomplished, and it's a lot, and what lies ahead. The special pleasure of serving here as dean is the opportunity to watch ideas that were just a glimmer in someone's eyes turn into viable, respected programming and opportunities. More powerful than most recognize is the immense amount of faculty and staff work that makes these dreams reality. So let's celebrate our accomplishments and then contemplate what comes next. What difference a few years makes? Just look at how our facilities have changed. From those basic mannequins where faculty manually shut the eyes to the computerized ones that birth a baby in 20 minutes. CONHI's got better spaces too, from undesignated open spaces to combination rooms for practicing skills and learning in groups. Kinesiology also received new equipment for its teaching laboratories, critically needed to sustain the growth and the excellence of their programs. And those beloved orange-striped rugs are a thing of the past. Pickard Hall hallways and offices got repainted. The 6th floor is no longer a hangout for students waiting to see an advisor and stumbling into the dean's office along the way. Now we have a welcoming space and a proper conference room for major meetings, such as with our consultants and advisors. Fundamentals labs for nursing were taught in Pickard Hall a few years ago in a space that became the advising center. Recognizing that advisors for different student groups were using various procedures, some more sophisticated than others, and the professional advisors serve a special role, we combined the academic advisors into one unit: BSN, RN to BSN, MSN, kinesiology, and now DMP. Conversations within groups and among all the advisors resulted in improved systems for all and a relocation that fosters such sharing and collaboration. Our transcript evaluators are also part of the team. Faculty still advise PhD students and a few in kinesiology, but we are benefiting from the sophisticated advising team. And those folks who taught in the original nursing courses in Pickard Hall moved to University Hall, where we expanded to use the entire top floor, now crowded because of our rapidly expanding enrollments. When we began our journey together, we were not part of the vivarium, but Marco and Letitia Brodo taught us all we need to know. And along the way, they showed the universities that our facilities were inadequate, from processes and procedures to air handling and animal cages, including our college's significant contribution. The university has poured more than $1.5 million into upgrading the vivarium. Now there are 7 animal holding rooms, 3 procedure rooms, 2 quarantine rooms, and a large lab area. As many know, the nursing program started in Fort Worth. Paul Bennett found this terrific picture of our original building. Now we return to Fort Worth with our RN to BSN, as well as our newest program, the Bachelors of Science in Public Health. We are mighty proud to serve Texas and the nation with our high-quality programs that are scaled to reach nurses near and far, particularly those who are in rural areas of Texas and cannot come to campus. I've been trying to find out the number of faculty types who support this, and particularly the number of coaches. And their faculty are about to tell me, and it varies every semester. But the best count I can get is 231 coaches and 200 full-time faculty. We are big and getting bigger. Long a passion and dream of the kinesiology faculty, they developed and implemented a strong PhD program. It includes some joint coursework with doctoral students in nursing and opportunities to work with faculty in research labs from early in the program. David Keller led the processes and shepherded the proposal through the multiple clearances in the university, the UT system, and the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board. One day, Becky Garner came to me, and she said for her cumulative project in the Doctorate of Public Health program, she wanted to create an undergraduate degree in public health here. That dream is now a reality with 49 students registered, and the final degree approval happened midsummer. Aaron Carlson joined the team, and we created a master's level certificate in public health. It too launched this fall. Aaron already has a proposal to the university's graduate assembly for a full master's in public health, and we hoping to open that in fall of 2018. Another team joined us that goes fast. Graduate nursing faculty put the doctoral programs into a blended format, adding on-campus intensives to keep the rich face-to-face interactions. Soon the DMP will also be entirely online, as well as the blended format. Our athletic training faculty are ahead of the nation, converting their program to be masters only. They phased out the undergraduate program with the last student completing in May. There are lots of quality indicators: pass rates on licensing and certification examinations, progression to degree in a timely fashion, and so forth. Our nursing and kinesiology students are stars. Look at licensing pass rates for new nurses and certification rates for athletic trainers. All are indicators of faculty and staff success with our students. One of my favorite parts of the exit exams is, would you recommend UTA? About 90% of both groups would recommend UTA. Another success. Then what will you do after graduation? Kinesiology students seek more education, and nursing students are going to work, but they'll be back. While just for BSN graduates, this table compares with our peer institutions in the nation. It clearly puts us among the top schools. Also for our BSN graduates, employers say they are role models, good with evidence-based practice, and collaborate well across professions, a desired outcome. Not everything is done in the classroom. Our simulation facilities are in high demand, and our faculty and staff assigned to the hospital and its smart lab make a tremendous contribution. We use the entire space constantly. With more than 3,000 hours in simulation in the last year, this has more than doubled in the last couple of years. Since 2015, we have had 27 honor students in nursing and kinesiology, and this year we had a McNair Scholar, a pre-nursing student who wants to be a researcher. You know, now we have our second Schweitzer Fellow. Thank you, Deborah Beham, for your leadership in these programs. We are organized to work with our students, and we are recognized for this work. Pictures speak 1,000 words. Here our scholars are working across disciplines. It is impressive that our faculty has achieved these high enrollments, high quality, started new programs, plus taken a quantum leap in scholarly productivity. Our presentations and publications have skyrocketed. Our knowledge is reaching our peers, placing the new knowledge where others can use it. It is our part of service to advancing the human condition. And those of you who are not yet put those presentations into publications, don't forget this vital task. And this is a picture of some of the journals that we have published in the last year. Our profile is rising both nationally and internationally. In the last year alone, CONHI faculty has done scholarly work or given major presentations on 5 continents. We have established relations with Jordan and another in China. 20 scholars from China will visit our campus early in January. Zui Pan will soon have an exchange scientist in her lab studying cancer. And the Brodo lab has exchanges with Brazil. And there are more: Canada, Germany. Guess we got to start tracking those numbers. We are a mission-driven business. Excess revenue is poured right into our operations: faculty salaries, additional advisors, the Smart Hospital, and so much more. Here is a breakdown of our revenue. You can see that we really don't get very much from the state. We constantly review how to use the resources to get optimum benefit. Through long-established endowments and donations to our Dream Makers annual solicitation, we're able to provide a substantial amount of money. But actually, each student doesn't get very much, maybe $500. And that doesn't go very far. We enhanced our PhD in nursing students with funding from the Janus Foundation, giving 4 students $10,000, which we matched in the college. Thank you, Dr. Brodo and Dr. Jones. We're able to get our doctoral students recognized as STEM science at the university. And our GTAs now get tuition funding from the Vice President for research. It eases their way a lot. As you know, our Senior Director of Development recently departed for another school on this campus. We have to be neighborly. So if you have any ideas on donors, you let me know, because I'll handle it. As you recall, one of my primary responsibilities from President Kabari is to put our college on the map as doing first-class research. To that end, we expanded and renamed our core service in research and scholarship to provide a full range of functions. We now have top-notch researchers in 8 buildings across campus, including spaces in engineering research buildings, the Life Sciences Building, and University Hall. We expect to consolidate many of these sciences into the new SEER building because it is focused on researchers who works directly to advance health and the human condition. It should open within a year. We'll get more data and information soon. Generous support from the UT system, $250,000 to $500,000 per faculty for equipment, allowed us to purchase lots of equipment to support these critical investigators, their postdocs, staff, and students. Even undergraduate students in the Honors College benefit from working in these labs. And 2 more STARS awards are pending, so keep your fingers crossed. And all of our new faculty researchers have proven the investment we have in them to be justified. Look at how our external research has escalated in the past few years. We are now a destination for healthcare researchers. Our new magazine is a hit. It comes out each spring and showcases faculty, alumni, and students. Let LACON know if you have ideas for the spring 2018 issue, because we are now hiring writers so that we can meet our deadlines for March. In the last 18 months, there have been more than 250 mentions of our college in the media. We are telling our story in amazing places and ways. This is now joined by an annual report. The second one's in press now, the cover's the top right there. And we have a bi-monthly column in D-Health magazine. We have had guest columns in the Dallas Morning News, Star Telegram, Texas Tribune, plus some television spots. Our efforts to recognize and celebrate National Nurses Week and Athletic Trainers Month got lots of positive hits. Now, as only a Janus can, I want to look forward. We can see some of the things coming our way, and so we will begin. Our recent meeting with Congressman Barton was important to share our experiences in getting funds for our college, especially for research, and to mention how the Health Resources and Services Administration has a lot of one-time calls with no opportunities to apply again. He encouraged us to collaborate with other North Texas research programs. He wants to help us get multi-institutional funding for projects that score well. The state issue that we are beginning to see happening is the community colleges are proposing baccalaureate degrees in nursing. With the significant faculty shortages in nursing and limited clinical placements, these will be difficult for us. Already Collin College and Greystone College have filed notices of intent. Both of those are basically in our backyard. Scholarship funding remains scant in relation to student need. We must seek funds aggressively. Toward that end, we are upscaling our Dream Makers to be a gala, and we are seeking lead sponsors for major healthcare facilities and donors in the area. Watch for more details. But save the date, March 10, 2018, just before spring break. We have a team already working on this, and you will soon hear requests for more members on some of their teams and ways you can get involved, including donating. We have done a lot of work here through the use of the Nursing Shortage Reduction Funds. We've exceeded our enrollment goals and targets and made a big impact on nursing and the state. As you know, we produce more BSNs in Texas than anybody else. Those funds were reduced during the last legislative session. We've applied for new funding. It comes every year, but we don't know how it will work this year. During the last year, we also learned a lot about ourselves and our organization when we did a national search for an associate dean. One major finding was that our size overwhelms and maybe intimidates a lot of capable people. It's our daily operation. We know how to do it, but it scares some people off. Didn't feel good to me. So what I thought about, and went about very deliberately, was strengthening the organization of our departments so we have a more well-developed and senior leadership team in place. Each department will now have a chair, an associate chair or chairs, and faculty-led teachers who may be called directors or something else depending on the department. Undergraduate nursing. Janine Boyd is now the department chair. Dolores Aguilar is the associate department chair. For graduate nursing, John Gonzalez is the chair. Monet Carter-Griffin is the associate chair. And Margarita Trevino is the associate chair who will take over the doctoral and education work, and she'll be guided this fall by Lori John. Lauren St. John will continue her duties also. In kinesiology, David Keller remains the chair, and Matt Brothers is associate chair for graduate studies and research, and Priscilla Casola is associate chair for undergraduate programs. It seems like there are many issues that cross departments and logically seem to me that they really belong in the dean's office. They're faculty issues and staff issues. They're not my issues. They just need a home. Barbara Turner continues here and is working with the team to get our data dictionaries designed for each of the many reports. What a lot of you don't know is we get in the fall, about every other week, we get a new report. Somebody wants something about something. For example, a problem with data. Our U.S. News and World Report ranking of our graduate nursing programs does not reflect our excellence. In fact, it shows that we have a student-to-faculty ratio of 49 students to 1 faculty. Whoops. Well, what happened? No one has been counting our coaches or our preceptors, all of whom are qualified as faculty, in the number, and other schools do it. Barbara and I are working with the guru data keepers in central administration to fix it. The report's not quite due yet. We're still working on it. The process of updating the faculty handbook has been dragging on for a few years. The last full document sort of was 2011, but sort of not. Mary Ellen Vinecourt now is appointed as special assistant to the dean to get it updated and ready for the faculty to vote on in the spring. Please help her get it done. The process for assigning faculty to courses is currently unsophisticated. If you've ever been in Gladys's office, you see big papers on the wall. That's how it's been done. So we are to be the beta test site for a new faculty assignment program that's been developed by Duke for nursing, and I'm sure it'll work for kinesiology. It's all about clinical. I saw the demo, I heard the testimony, and the associate chairs and chairs will be using it this year. It will make doing this complex job easier. And there's a significant part of that. Each faculty member will be able to log into the program and say what it is you want to do, all in one place. So look for details later this fall. The clinical ladder in nursing was clarified and strengthened a few years ago. In the last year, the kinesiology department created its own guidelines, clarifying a previously very vague approach. Both are in effect now. We also heard the cry for more travel support. So I created two central funds, and one is for research scholarship related, and the other is for faculty related. Each account has $20,000 this year. Also, the departments have some funds, clearly for development and research and whatever needs to be done. The Center for Research and Scholarship has funds for doctoral students. I'm sure Paul Fidel or Twanda Briggs will gladly tell you about that. There's an old saying, plan your work, work your plan. You should know, everybody, I need your help. We have 2 kinesiology tenure track positions and 3 tenure track positions in nursing. Got that? I need your help. I got that? Mark Hakowski will continue as chair, and we will use subcommittees to focus on the discipline-specific hires to keep the workload reasonable for all. More appointments to those committees are to follow. Our business and finance is another section of our strategic plan, and it has undergone many changes in the last year and still will continue to change as we reorganize our budgeting and processing of operations. The provost also is talking about adding a strategic growth position. I'm not sure what that'll look like, but we'll all find out together. Over the last few years, many staff positions have changed so that the people and positions that match their talents and are in a position to best serve the mission of the college. This will continue. Part of this is a need to update our website, and that means a picture of everyone. Now, Paul will be around taking pictures, but I've been informed by Lolita, if I don't get them, I can get at the university ID photos and put them on the web. May I encourage you to see Paul? As indicated, we are doing major work on the international stage. Beth Mancini will take increasing responsibilities for this effort as our new department chair takes over more of the daily operations of undergraduate nursing. And I want to call to your attention that I've just met with the Study Abroad department, and they have lots of space and can come and tell us about faculty-led study abroad programs. On October 2nd, with all of these strategic plan well defined and drawn out, We will have, first thing in the morning, an opportunity for faculty and staff to look at and discuss the plan. You'll get it beforehand if it's not already up. Each element has co-chairs who will facilitate the discussions and summarize them for me. No one who worked on developing the plan will be present. This is for faculty and staff. This is not about wordsmithing. We're very good at that. We want to know your ideas, your thoughts, what's missing, what are the implications for you of what's there? How could we do things better? Do these goals and objectives have resonance with you? The future. Our rapid escalation in research excellence, our cutting-edge education innovation, and our deep commitment to excellence place us well ahead. We are defining the future of health and the human condition in all that we do. You are the source of that energy. Your dedication, your innovation, your collaboration, that's what makes this place work. It's a pleasure to be your dean. I'll take questions. Maybe I have answers. Thank you.